Hello and thank you for watching today. This video is about stopper knots. The knots that will prevent rope from being pulled back through holes, loops, bindings and whatnot to ensure it. I usually use stopper knots myself for holding on to the rope so it doesn't slip through my hand while I'm pulling on something. I do a lot of pulling and tugging and whatnot of furniture and equipment and stuff like that. And so I find that the stopper knot serves me best in those situations. I don't think I've ever really used one for preventing a rope from going through another one, but that's exactly what they're for also, because hence the stopper knot. So some that you may be familiar with already would be perhaps the #1 stopper knot of all time, the Ashley's stopper knot. It's a very nice one. Works very well. But for me, it's just a bit small. Slips through my hands a lot. I have a problem with this one. Hence my search and journey to find one that was a bit bigger than this one. So after that one, I came across the E-Star. This is a pretty good one. It's pretty nice. It's got a good shape to it. It's got decent size. It's pretty good size. But this one still too will at times slip through my hand, and I don't like that. I mean, the whole purpose of the stopper knot is to stop it from slipping through your hand and to be able to have something to hold on to that's, comfortable and it feels good and works well for you, and you can complete your job using it. And this one's been kind of like the go-to for many years now. But recently, I had come across one called the Ryerson Stopper Knot, and it is quite large. Probably the largest stopper knot I have ever come across ever. I mean, look at this thing. It's humongous. It doesn't seem like it's very big until you compare it to the Ashley's, and then you can see the size difference. This one slips through the hand. This one does not. And the E-Star, it's kind of in the middle of all of them. And it's a good one. It's not too bad. But compared to the Ryerson, it's definitely smaller, bigger than the Ashley's, but yet not quite as big as you could possibly have if you wanted one bigger. And that's where this one comes in. So without further ado, let me show you how to tie this beauty of a knot that will not slip through your hands, and is very comfortable and very easy to tie as well. It doesn't take a bunch of loops and pulling and having to pull every single solitary strand through. That's the kind of knots I dislike. Like the ones where you can kind of give a tug at either end and it brings it all together, and that's what this one does. So, how to tie the Ryerson Stopper Knot. You start off by taking your rope, and what you're going to do is you're going to put two loops into it. And you want to make sure that you'll know that you've done it right when your loop is coming out the back side of it. What I mean by that is when you make the loop like that, here it's coming out the back end over here. That's loop #1. Now this other one's going to be just the opposite. It's going to come over like this and come out the back side over here. So it pretty much looks like a pair of glasses. That's how I like to remember it. With an arm on each side coming out the back side like that. And then from here, you will simply take the left one, pass it through as so, until you kind of have a little looking like that. And then just take this loop on the right, put it underneath of the left, and then pull this slightly to kind of get it started. And what you want to do at this point is just kind of cinch it up. And you can only pull on this side here because it's a slip knot. And doing this will help tighten the inner knot. If you pull the other one, of course, it's gonna slip. So you don't want to pull on that one. But pull on this side and kind of bring it together just by pulling these two like that. And then once you kind of got it looking like this, where it looks like there's a mouth in the front of it, and it's all nice and tidy like it is, then you take the working end and you go across the mouth. So you'll have 3 lines there. 1, 2, 3. And then bring it around the back and through the middle. And then kind of hold that together like that in your hand. And then pull this one out. Or pull this one through, or whatever you want to call it. Pull that slip knot through. And you now have the large Ryerson Stopper Knot, which is much bigger than any other stopper knot that I've ever seen. And it's easy to do. It's got a nice shape to it, fits right into your palm real nicely, and everything's just, this one's not going to slip through your hand. The Ashley's, it slips through my hand. This one's not going to. And it's, you know, got symmetry to it. It looks really nice, I think. I mean, the more you tighten it, the more nicer it looks. But that's a good one there. That's a good size. And, you know, even as tight as it is, it's still large. Not going to slip out of your hand or slip through your hand or slip through a loop or anything. So there you have it. The Ryerson Stopper Knot. Probably the largest stopper knot I've ever come across. There might be larger ones, but I ain't seen them. But if you want a larger one, then there you have it. If it's like a smaller one, then Ashley's might be the way you'd want to go. But I think this is a good one. Can't go wrong with it being bigger because it's not going to slip through your hand. That's for sure. All right. That's all for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.